Merry Christmas from everybody at Where the Super Hoops Walk. Today's show is about one thing and one thing only, and that is the January transfer window. Who would you like to bring in and who would you like to ship out? Firstly, though, Jared, what do you think? Do you think the owners are going to financially back the team come January?
I think the results kind of we've got. I think Norwich and Sheffield Wednesday at home um, in January. I think that first week in January is going to be crucial. I think if we're in that top 10, kind of where we are now, 2 or 3 points off the playoffs, I think if the manager wants a player, I'm sure they'll do everything they can to back him. Um, I don't think that there's going to be huge money available, but I think if we're within 3 or 4 points, then I have no doubt they'll do whatever they can.
Yeah, definitely. The owners seem to have backed QPR and the team in the summer window. Michael, do you expect the same come January?
Yeah, I think so. I do think it depends on the position that we're in, like Jared was saying. Um, and if we get any injuries between now and then, I think if we are short of a striker, if we get another winger injured, it could be in big trouble. But yeah, I think they'll back us. I think they've got players in mind all the time. With the way we're operating, it's all very stats based, and we're going to be looking at leagues like the Belgian league, the second Belgian league, and just the smaller leagues across Europe, looking at the stats, seeing who's doing well in the underlying statistics, and then putting in a cheeky bid. And then if that sticks, then great, we'll get them like a sort of a Madsen signing or Sato. Yeah, it would be those sort of signings. But I think we've got players in the pipeline, and I think we'll get back in January. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Do you like the model, Jared, of how QPR try and sign players and look at the statistics and look at that sort of model a little bit more?
I think there's been pros and cons. I think if you had said 18 months ago, after seeing Nicholas Madsen for a few months, I'd have been like, it's a ridiculous system. But actually, the progress he's made since the start of the season to now has been ridiculous. I can't quite believe how much he has improved. So I would say the signings over the last 18 months have pretty much kind of come good. And sort of the curveball of Burrell coming in, the data that they had on him must have been good, and he's been our best player. So I think there's definitely a balance to be had, but you can't really knock it over the last 18 months or so.
Definitely. What about you, Michael? Are you pro the style and the system of looking at the statistics for signings?
Yeah, I mean, I was a bit iffy at first about it, but you look at teams in the Premiership who are punching well above their weight, like the likes of Brentford, Brighton, um, Bournemouth. It's a model that's got a proven track record, and I think that's what we're trying to remodel what's what we're trying to remodel ourselves on. I think we are not that team anymore that are going to spend loads of money on Champions League winners, give them 100 grand a week because it's not sustainable. Um, and I think we're going to be investing low, selling them on for a bigger fee and replacing them. I think we need to have trust in the model because it does work. Um, so yeah, I'm all for it. I think it's interesting and it's sort of a new era of QPR, which is good to be in.
So you're telling me you're not expecting Rio Ferdinand, Julio Cesar, Archie Sanginas to walk through the door? No, fair enough. Fair enough. Right. Obviously, there is a limit within the squad. It's a maximum 25. So for incomings to come in, firstly, there needs to be some outgoings. Jared, who do you expect? Who are the fringe players? Who do you expect to maybe make way in January?
I think having the three kind of goalkeepers that might think they're first choice goalkeepers in Walsh, Hamer, and Nardi, maybe one of them might be out on loan. I think Joe Walsh could probably do with a League One loan. So maybe him. From the rest of the squad, though, it's hard because there's not loads of depth. The only one I think that at the moment nobody would mind moving on is Michael Frey. I think with the two strikers that we have that are first choice, with Ryan Colley hopefully getting back to fitness in a few weeks' time. Yeah, he's someone that signed a new contract in the summer, which I'm not sure many of us would have given him a new deal. So I think a goalkeeper and maybe him are the two that we have that probably a surplus, but there's not many beyond that at the moment, I don't think.
Okay. Same question to you, Michael. But also, is there any player that you're worried about going? I know obviously Burrell's a very new signing, but he's on fire at the moment. Is there anyone that you're scared might be looked at from other teams?
No, do you know what? I think our players are going under the radar a bit. I think the only one who I can see maybe going is Varane. I know he's attracted interest because of the profile of being Varane's half brother, and I think that is mainly. And I think statistically he's quite good for us as well, and he's a bit of a fan favourite. But that's my only worry. I think teams are sniffing around him, but it would have to be a few million quid, like upwards of 10 million for us to sell in January in a season if we are doing well. But loans wise and leaving, I could see maybe Nardi going back to France, like Joe was saying, and then replacing him in the same window. Daniel Benny, he needs minutes. He needs to go to League One, get some minutes under his belt. I think he's one of our brightest prospects at QPR. I think he'll do really well for us in the future. For the times I've seen him play, he is so astute, and I think all he needs is some game time. And then next season, I think it could be important for us. And Escudinha, I can see him going out on loan. We've seen he's not ready. When he played that game at left back, and he got subbed off in the 50th, 60th minute or something. Yeah, I think I can see those guys leaving, but I don't think there'll be many departures. I can only see players coming in, and yeah, I think it'll be a good window, hopefully.
Okay. I'm going to throw it back to you, Michael, so you get first dibs on the incomings. Is there any positions that you think, right, we need to strengthen here, and is there any names that you would like to bring in?
Yeah, I'd like to bring back Ronnie Edwards. I think the buzz around the place would be unreal if he was to return. And I think for the owners, I think there are still people doubting the way they operate. And if we brought in Ronnie Edwards, I think they would make a few people think, okay, actually they are listening to us. But obviously we'll only make that decision if it's the right one for us at the time. But we need depth there as well, and he's a great player, so I'd think we'd have him back. A new goalkeeper, I don't know who that would be, but someone to come in who's experienced enough, but also not past it. Someone who come in, knows how to control a back line, and is confident claiming crosses coming off their line, and can control the defence. And then I think another position would probably be a new striker. I think if we do get rid of Frey, because we obviously got him on a bit of a contract, there might be teams that are willing to pay a few 100,000 for him, upwards of $1 million if we're lucky. But I think we can look at strikers coming in, someone who can come off the bench, someone young, with lots of pace, just to sort of change up the game. But yeah, that would be an ideal window. I think defensively, we need more work done than going forward.
Yeah. Okay, Jared, what about yourself, mate? Any positions you want to look at?
The goalkeeper one, I see that. Is it Anthony Patterson, the Sunderland keeper, who's not playing for them?
Yeah.
He's been linked today, quite strongly, I think. Possibly a loan with a view to a permanent signing. I think he wants first team football. Obviously, had a great season last season, so that kind of signing looks like it would be ideal. Someone who could come in on loan maybe, and then potentially stay on the following season. So a keeper, Ronnie Edwards is probably everyone's dream at the moment. I think I honestly don't know how likely it is to happen. I'm quite hopeful, but I'm not sure why I'm so optimistic about it. I haven't heard anything, but the fact that he's not playing, the fact that there's links to QPR with family supporting them, and the fact that he was so loved last season, he's wasted 5 months of his career just sitting on the bench at Southampton, isn't he? So those two, I still think the fullback positions are a concern. I think we're one injury away maybe from left back being a huge issue. I think Norrington Davis has been brilliant. I thought he was woeful yesterday, but again, I think it shows that the 3 games in a week is a little bit too much for him. So if you could find that dream fullback that can cover left back or right back and not look too much out of position, then I think that would be ideal. I think, yeah, I can't see us signing any more than 2 or 3 players. I don't think there's that desperate need. But yeah, 3 would be perfect, I think.
Interesting. We'll see what happens come the window. Thank you guys, and thank you everybody for watching at home. Please like and subscribe, and please get involved in the comments below. Who would you like in and out of QPR?